everyone, and welcome back to Amazing Sharks. This week's shark is the Goblin Shark. Dun dun dun. Also known as Mixurina ostoni. It is a rare species of deep sea shark. It was identified off the coast of Japan. That's why its scientific name is all Japanese-ish. Sometimes called a living fossil, is the only extant representative of the family Mitsuricinidae, a lineage some 125 million years old. This pink-skinned animal has a distinctive profile with an elongated flat snout and highly protrusible jaws containing prominent nail-like teeth. It is usually between 3 and 4 meters or 10 and 13 feet long when mature, though it can grow considerably larger, such as one captured in 2000 that is thought to have measured 20 foot. Goblin sharks are binopelgic creatures that inhabit upper continental slopes, submarine canyons, and seamounts throughout the world at depths greater than 100 meters or 330 feet, with adults found deeper than juveniles. Some researchers believe that these sharks could also dive to depths of up to 1,300 meters or 4,270 feet for short periods of time. Various anatomical features of the goblin shark, such as its flabby body and small fins, suggest that it is sluggish in nature. This species hunts for telus fishes and cephalopods and crustaceans both near the seafloor and in the middle of the water column. Its long snout is covered with ampullae lorenzini that enable it to sense minute electrical fields. Numbers of goblin sharks are unintentionally caught by deepwater fisheries. The International Union for Conservation of Nature has assessed it as least concern, despite its rarity, citing its wide distribution and low incidence of capture. Differing jaw positions in preserved goblin sharks caused several specimens to be described erroneously as a distinct species. American ichthyologist David Starr Jordan described the goblin shark in an 1898 issue of Proceedings of the California Academy of Sciences, recognizing the peculiar fish not only as a new species but also as a new genus and family. He based his account on an immature male, 42 inches, caught in Sagami Bay near Yokohama, Japan. The specimen had been acquired by shipmaster and naturalist Alan Austin, who had given it to Professor Kikachi Mitsuri at the University of Tokyo, who in turn brought it to Jordan. Jordan named the shark in honor of these two men, which is where it comes with its name, Mixurina Otoni. The common name goblin shark is a calque of its traditional Japanese name, Tenguzame, a tengu being a Japanese mythical creature often depicted with a long nose and a red face. Another new name for this species is the elfin shark. Soon after Jordan's description was published, several scientists noted the similarity between this and an extinct Mesozoic shark, Scaparhynchus. For a time, the prevailing opinion was to treat it as a junior synonym of this shark. Eventually, more complete fossils revealed many anatomical differences between these two sharks, causing modern authors to again regard them as a distinct genre. Several goblin shark specimens were described as separate species from 1904 to 1937, none of which are now considered valid. This taxonomic confusion began because the specimen's jaws were fixed at varying degrees of protrusion during preservation, giving the appearance of proportional differences among the heads. The goblin shark has a distinctively long and flat snout resembling a blade. The proportional length of the snout decreases with age. The eyes are small and lack protective nictitating membranes. Behind the eyes are spiracles. The large mouth is parabolic in shape. The jaws are very protrusible and can be extended almost to the end of the snout, though normally they are held flush against the underside of the head. It has 35 to 53 upper and 31 to 60 lower tooth rows. The teeth are the main part of the jaws are long and narrow, particularly those near the symphysis or the jaw midpoint, and are finely grooved lengthwise. The rear teeth near the corners of the jaw are small and have a flattened shape for crushing. Much individual variation of teeth length and width occurs as for whether the teeth have smaller cusp split on each side of the main cusp and regarding the presence of toothless gaps at the symphysis or between the main and rear teeth. The five pairs of gill slits are short, with the gill filaments inside partially exposed. The fifth pair is above the origin of the pectoral fins. The body is fairly slender and flabby. The two dorsal fins are similar in shape and size, both being small and rounded. The pectoral fins are also rather small and rounded. The pelvic and anal fins have long bases and are larger than the dorsal fins. The caudal peduncle is flattened from side to side and lacks keels or notches. The asymmetrical caudal fin has a long upper lobe with shallow ventral notch near the tip and an indistinct lower lobe. And as you can see from the pictures, these sharks have different appearances. The soft translucent skin has a rough texture from a covering of dermal denticles, each shaped like a short upright spine with lengthwise ridges. Living sharks of this species are pink or tan due to visible blood vessels beneath the skin. The color deepens with age, and young sharks may be almost white. The fin's margins are translucent gray or blue, and the eyes are black with bluish streaks in the irises. After death, the coloration fades quickly to dull gray or brown. Adult sharks usually measure between 9.8 and 13.1 feet long. However, the capture of an enormous female estimated at 18 to 20 feet long during 2000 showed this species can grow far larger than the suspected previously. A 2019 study suggested that it would have reached 23 feet in maximum length. Until 2022, the maximum weight recorded was 460 pounds for a shark of 12.5 foot in length. In 2023, a heavily pregnant 15-foot individual weighing 1,000 pounds was landed in Taiwan. The enormous individual sparked criticism of the fishing method of bottom trawling, which was used to catch it. The goblin shark has been caught in all three major oceans, indicating a wide global distribution. In the Atlantic Ocean, it has been recorded from the northern Gulf of Mexico, Suriname, French Guiana, and southern Brazil in the west, and France, Portugal, Madeira, and Senegal in the east. It has also been collected from seamounts along the mid Atlantic ridge. In the Indo Pacific and Oceania, it has been found off South Africa, Mozambique, Japan, Taiwan, Australia, and New Zealand. This species has been recorded from off East Cape to Kakora Canyon and from the Challenger Plateau near New Zealand. A single eastern Pacific specimen is known collected off Southern California. This species is most often in found over the upper continental slope at depths of 890 to 3,150 feet. It has been caught as deep as 4,300 feet, and a tooth has been found lodged in an undersea cable at a depth of 4,490 feet. Adults inhabit greater depths than juveniles. Immature goblin sharks frequent the submarine canyons off southern Japan at depths of 330 to 1,150 feet, with individuals occasionally wandering into inshore waters as shallow as 130 feet. On April 19, 2014, fishermen in Key West, Florida, while fishing in the Gulf of Mexico, caught a goblin shark in their fishing net, only the second one to ever be caught in the Gulf. The shark was photographed and released back into the water. The first shark found in the was caught by commercial fishermen on July 25, 2000, at a depth of approximately 3,016 to 3,600 and if I can talk in a depth of 3,016 to 3,606 feet and is thought to have been about 20 foot long. During July 2014, a goblin shark was found in a fishery net in Sri Lanka near the eastern coast of Sri Lanka. The shark was about 4 foot long and weighed about 17 pounds. The shark was given to NARA, National Aquatic Resource and Development Agency, for further research. Although observations of living goblin sharks are scant, its anatomy suggests its lifestyle is inactive and sluggish. Its skeleton is reduced and poorly calcified. The muscle blocks along its sides are weakly developed, and its fins are soft and small. Its long caudal fin, held at low angles, is also typical of a slow swimming shark. The long snout appears to have a sensory function as it bears numerous ampullae of Lorenzini that can detect weak electrical fields produced by other animals. Due to the snout's softness, it is unlikely to be used for stirring up prey from the bottom as had been proposed. Vision seems to be less important than other senses considering the relatively small optic tectum in the shark's brain. Yet, unlike most deep sea sharks, it can change the size of its pupils, thus probably does use its sight in some situations. Goblin sharks may be prey of blue sharks. Parasites documented from this species include the copepod, um, forgive me when I butcher these names, Echthrogallius mitsukurinae, and the tapeworms Lubothrium amsichensis and Marsuibothrium goblinus. Weird name, right? Rat tails and other deep sea teleosts are the main food of the goblin shark. The goblin shark feeds mainly on teleost fish such as rat tails and dragonfishes. It also consumes cephalopods and crustaceans, including decapods and azopods. Garbage has been recorded from the stomach of some specimens. Its known prey includes bottom-dwelling species such as the black-belly rosefish and midwater species such as squid, and the Ostracad rotunda. Thus, the goblin shark appears to forage for food both near the seafloor and far above it. Since it is not a fast swimmer, the goblin shark may be an ambush predator. Its low density flesh and large oily liver make it neutrally buoyant, allowing it to drift towards its prey with minimal motions so as to avoid detection. Once prey comes into range, the shark's specialized jaws can snap forward to capture it. The protrusion of the jaw is assisted by two pairs of elastic ligaments associated with the mandibular joint, which are pulled taut when the jaws are in their normal retracted position. When the shark bites, the ligaments release their tension and essentially catapult the jaws forward. At the same time, the well developed basital, or analogous to a tongue, on the floor of the mouth drops, expanding the oral cavity and sucking in water and prey. Striking and prey capture events were videotaped and recorded for the first time during 2008 and 2011 and helped to confirm the use and systemics of the protrusible jaw of the goblin shark. The video evidence suggests that while the jaws are definitely unique, goblin sharks use ram feeding, a type of prey capture that is typical of many mackerel sharks. What makes the goblin shark unique is the kinematics of their jaw when feeding. The lower jaw seems to undergo more complex movements and is important in capturing the prey. The measured protrusions of the upper and lower jaw combined put the goblin shark's jaws at 2.1 to 9.5 times more protrusible than any other sharks. The lower jaw has a velocity about 2 times greater than the upper jaw because it not only protrudes forward, but also swings upward to capture the prey, and the maximum velocity of the jaws is 3.14 ms. The goblin shark has a reopening and reclosing pattern during a strike, a behavior that has never been seen in other sharks before and could be related to the extent with which the goblin shark protrudes its jaws. The reproductive behaviors of goblin sharks are poorly understood. Mating has never been observed between two goblin sharks, and a pregnant female has yet to be captured. It likely shares the reproductive characteristics of other mackerel sharks, which are viviparous with small litter sizes and embryos that grow during gestation by eating undeveloped eggs. The burst size is probably close to 32 inches, the length of the smallest known specimen. Males mature sexually at about 8.5 feet long, while female maturation size is unknown. No data is available concerning growth and aging. Some researchers have estimated, based on their own research and prior findings, that the male goblin sharks mature at approximately 16 years old and can live up to 60 years. Given the depths at which it lives, the goblin shark poses little danger to humans. The first known findings pertaining to the goblin shark were published in 1910. The new shark is certainly grotesque. The most remarkable feature is the curiously elongated nose. A few specimens have been collected alive and brought to public aquariums, although they only survived briefly. One was kept at Tokai University and lived for a week, while another was kept at Tokyo Sea Life Park and lived for 2 days. Its economic significance is minimal. The meat may be dried and salted, while the jaws fetch high prices from collectors. At one time, the Japanese also used it for liver oil and fertilizer. This shark is not targeted by any fisheries, but is occasionally found as bycatch in bottom gill nets and trawls, hooked on long lines or entangled in fishing gear. Most captures are isolated incidents. One of the few areas where it is caught regularly is off southern Japan, where around 30 individuals, mostly juveniles, are taken each year. A black scabbard fish fishery off Madeira also takes 2 or 3 goblin sharks annually. During April 2003, more than 100 goblin sharks were caught off northwestern Taiwan. The cause of the event was unknown, though observers noted it was preceded by major earthquake. The species had never been recorded in the area before, nor has it been found in such numbers since. The International Union for Conservation of Nature has categorized the goblin shark as least concern. In addition to its wide range, most of its population is thought to reside in unfished environments because few adults are caught. Therefore, it is not believed to be threatened by human activity. However, during June 2018, the New Zealand Department of Conservation classified the goblin shark as at risk, naturally uncommon, with the qualifiers data poor and secure overseas using the New Zealand threat classification system. And that is all about the goblin shark. I hope you guys had fun and enjoyed this. Again, if there's any shark subjects or shark types you would like to learn about, please leave a comment and I will be more than happy to provide you a video about this item. Remember, it just has to have something to do with sharks. All right. So, I have been kind of mixing it up, doing a shark video and then doing something a little different about sharks. So, next week's video is going to be about shark attacks. Yep, that's right, shark attacks. We're going to be learning why sharks attack, what causes a shark to attack, what you can do to prevent a shark attack, pretty much anything to do with shark attacks. So I hope you guys will enjoy this video. Tune in next week to our next video. And remember, hashtag how's it feel, you guys? Let's get that out there. Check out my GoFundMe page. Help me create this charity. And remember, last week's video discussed why I created this channel to begin with, what my cause is. Help me with that cause, you guys. I am working all out to do that. I am going to get this money together. I'm going to fund this charity. It's going to happen. And last week's video explained my purpose, what I'm going to do with the money. Please look at it. Learn about it, you guys. We have a limited time to do this. We need to get it done. All right. Have a great day, everybody. And I will see you all next Saturday.